Hi, this is Kevin, the creator and programmer of the Zig Renko charting suite from MetaTrader 4. The Zig Renko charting suite is a professional set of tools to do one thing only, which is give you a super powerful edge in the Forex market immediately. So what is a Renko chart? It's a really simple premise that was invented by the Japanese, like most charting methods popular in Forex, like candlesticks. Renko, loosely translated from Japanese, means brick. So this isn't a system, more like a brand new way of charting the Forex market to make it much easier for you to read, understand, and trade it profitably. To build a Renko chart, all you need is a set of graph paper and a pencil. I don't have any graph paper handy, so I'm going to use this online graph paper. So it's really easy to do this. Once the price moves up by a box size that you determine, we'll say 50 pips as an example, then you'll fill in a brick on the graph paper moving upwards. So let's say our starting point is here. I'm going to use little X's, and we move up by 50 pips. So we're going to make a box up here. If we move up another 50 pips, we'll make another box. If we move down 50 pips from that point, we're going to create a box down here. And once again, if we move up 50 pips, we'll create another box going upwards. So what we're doing here is we're creating a graph based exclusively on price action and taking time completely out of the equation. So if we move another 50 pips up, we'll simply create another box or brick just like so. After a while, you'll end up with something that kind of looks like this, which is essentially a series of boxes showing you price action without all the whipsaws and all of the downfalls of a normal candlestick chart. So now let's take the graph paper out of the equation, as well as all the manual work that you need to do in order to create a Renko chart normally, and see how the Zig Renko charting suite allows you to do it with just a couple of clicks. So here I'm going to open my MetaTrader 4 platform, and you can see this is a normal price chart. This is what most people have seen. This is that exact same price chart except converted into a Renko chart. And this is an actual chart. You can actually apply moving averages as well as any other indicator you'd like to the chart, and it works just like it would a normal price chart. Notice how everything is much easier to read on this chart. If I switch back to the 1 hour Euro USD chart, you'll see that there are times of consolidation, large wicks, small wicks, candle bodies, a lot of things to keep up with. But this is the same amount of time, except it's displayed in bricks and price movement instead of time itself. So why spend your time trying to fight with price charts and indicators when you can use this simple charting method and system to build monumental trend following gains while the others are wondering when the heck to get in because everybody else is using this complex and confusing price chart and all the indicators that go with it. Even though this is a really cool feature, and as you can see, the reversals and patterns are very easy to see in the Zig Renko charting suite, we offer a lot more than just that. You know, in addition to getting the standard brick script that you see here, which is an automatically updating chart, and it is a normal chart, so you can apply any sort of indicator you want to it, I also have a couple of different indicators that I'll throw in the mix. Moving back to the price chart here, I'll show you that I can take this indicator that I built, which is called the Renko Fast, and you can actually apply it to this chart, and it'll basically stretch out the Renko chart over time so you can see how the Renko chart is built. So I'm going to go ahead and set my box size to 50 so we can kind of mirror what we've seen on the offline chart. I'll go through some of these options here in a minute. So we'll click OK, and you'll notice first and foremost that if you zoom out a little bit, these are essentially the boxes, the exact same boxes that the Renko chart draws, except they're stretched out to go over price. So as this period of sideways consolidation happens here, you'll notice that the Renko chart keeps its current box until we move higher, then a new box is created. Whenever we move lower, new boxes are created all the way down until we come to another flat section. This is much easier to read and a much better tool if we actually come back into it and allow for colors to be drawn as well. And what this is going to do is it's going to draw colors on the chart showing you what direction the box is currently headed in. So you'll see this starts to make a lot more sense. We're in down motion here with our boxes going down, so therefore we have red boxes, red areas. As the price moves up and new boxes are built going upwards, we'll have green areas. So as you can imagine, even this tool on its own, by itself, is a very handy method for trading. It'll show you currently, based on a Renko chart, without ever even having to open this Renko chart, it'll show you on the current price chart what the Renko chart is doing, what direction it's heading, and so forth. If you look up here in the corner, we actually have this nifty little feature that you can only find here. Okay, that you can only find with the Zig Renko charting suite, and it will basically build Renko charts in the background to where you can't see them, and it'll have different box sizes. So Renko box size 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100, and then it'll tell you what direction each one is heading. So you don't have to open a bunch of different Renko charts to see this. It'll tell you that all 5 are pointing down. So we know that we're in a really nice established downtrend. You can actually change these values by coming back into the Renko options. You can scroll down. Multiple box sizes is what we've got set. You can actually change the start, the end, and the step. So say for example, I want to start at the 10 box size, I want to go to 200, and I want the step to be 10. So it'll build one for 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way up to 200 using these settings. So when I click OK, you'll see it takes a second to build, but all of the charts show up over here on the left, and as you'll notice, they all are pointing down at this point in time. So obviously the short is a really good thing to trade at this point in time. So as the market moves back and forth, these values will move back and forth and give you a really good idea without ever having to switch your chart exactly where the market is headed and what the multiple Renko box sizes tell you. I also include something called the Renko Mash tool. Now this is something else, yet again, you will only be able to find with the Renko charting suite. Renko Mash basically takes all of this information, okay, all of the information on the heads-up display, and it will present it in histogram format, so it's much easier to read. So I'll simply apply it to the chart. The box size doesn't matter at this point. What we're interested in is the multiples. So once again, we can start at the 10 box size. We can go all the way up to 200, and we can step by 10. Once I click OK, what it's going to do is attach all those indicators to the chart, and it's going to build this histogram down here at the bottom. And what this histogram is essentially adding up all the different Renko charts that I've got attached, and it will display which ones are up and which ones are down. So here, for example, you will see the current value down here is -20. So what that means is all 20 are pointing down. So as you go back in history, you'll see where they start to pull in and pull out. So the best way to use this indicator, if you zoom out, you'll see that it shows you long-term trends. And this is something really cool to even use on your current systems without even using Renko. You can use it as an entry and exit method itself. So for example, we enter here as we go down below the 0 line, and we hang on to it as it's a short, and we exit whenever it comes back above, which is here. Now that's a 341 pip gain there. That's really, really good. And also, you'll see that this works time and time again. As this comes back above 0, we'll enter here, which is around the 31236 level, and we'll hang on to it until it crosses back down over here, and that'll give you a gain of approximately 640 pips, give or take. Now that is another very large move, and once again, all made possible by this very small, very elegant indicator that shows up on the bottom here. And once again, you can come back in here and change these numbers as much as you want to. You can actually start at a 50 box size, go all the way up to 500, and you can step by 20s. You can put anything you want to in here. By clicking OK, it's going to rebuild this histogram down here and actually give you a much broader view of the market. And once again, that same strategy works just the same as it did before here as well. So you'll notice we'll enter here, which is around the 35774 level, and we'll hang on to it until it exits over here. This is a very long-term trend strategy. So as it exits over here, we're at 44080. So 44080 minus 35, 36, that's close, that's about 900, 800, 900 pips. I mean, that's a huge gain. Obviously, it's a longer term market condition, but nevertheless, this is a very, very valuable tool that is 100% proprietary. Came up with it on my own, and it's something that you can only find here. Now, here's the coolest part. Since this is so powerful, and I know many of you will be able to use this immediately to supercharge your trading, I'm going to give you this entire software suite absolutely free. That's it. I'm serious. 100% absolutely free. No catches, no nothing. Simply click on the download button to the right and follow the simple instructions below. Also, you'll notice a training video link at the top of this page. This will bring you to an area where I walk you through each indicator and script and the Zig Renko charting suite from installation all the way up to advanced techniques. So it'll teach you everything you need to know about using these indicators and these tools to effectively make your trading a whole lot better. So go ahead and use it. If you have MetaTrader 4 and want to utilize the power of the Renko charting suite, or if you already have Renko charts on your platform and want to use some of the very cool proprietary tools I've created with the power of Renko at its base, simply click the download button on the right and have fun with it. It's 100% completely free, and I'll never ask you to pay a dime. All I ask is that you use the comment field below and on all the other pages on this blog to start the conversation and keep it going, so we can all learn and grow from one another using this very powerful method of trading. So click the download button to the right to get started, follow the instructions below to install, and above all, have fun with it.